Welcome, friend. Welcome back to Vardenfell. I'm sorry that last episode ended up mostly sounding like I had my head stuck in a bathtub. Really not sure what happened there. I'll try to make sure it doesn't happen again. I doubly apologize to any of you who are audiophiles, but I kind of suspect that anyone who's particularly audiophile has already long since given up on the horrifying audio production quality of this stuff, so, they're probably not still here. Sorry, Canis. But anyway, I'll try to make sure there's less of Tim in a bathtub going on. I'm also a little achier than normal at the moment. I've been switched to a different arthritis drug, which hopefully has the potential to be much more effective. But it hasn't really built up fully yet. So at the end of the periods in which I take it, it's a once-a-month thing. At the end of that month, a few days before, a few days after, I'm a bit achier than normal. And I took my last shot a couple of days ago, so I'm still a bit creaky. So we'll see how it goes. But if nothing else, I can't be much of a worse fighter. We're here with Ranis, who was just telling us to get off our asses and go murder a necromancer for her. Which we might do. Yes, here. Tashby Ashibel. He lives in Margan. We can certainly go to Margan. I don't think we have anything else super pressing. Yeah, that's about it for the moment. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll head to Margan and see if we can get this necromancer to go out of town peacefully. And if not, then we can drop her into giblets or something. That's more a Ranis solution than I like, though. Do we know where Margan is? First Moonmouth, Aldera, True Lifting. It's up here somewhere. Yeah, it's in this kind of broad duty. I don't know if I remember that it has... Very tuneful. Certainly better than me. I don't know if it has any fast travel, but let's have a boing. That's the official term for bouncing around the place. Where can we get to from Aldrun? This is Aldrun. It's the seat of House Redoran. Is that true? Yeah, House Redoran. That is a gigantic crab shell from a gigantic crab which was killed in history, and they've kind of built this town around it. Redoran are the noble warrior house, allegedly. Here we go. Margan. Excellent. Thank you, Darius. You and everyone else. So... the outpost. It's another Redoran town. You can tell by the architecture. Have Khajiit wandering around freely. That's a decent sign. The longer names that you see, like this one, Shidiparan Zama Rasor, those are the names of Ashlanders or Ashlander influence places. Tashby Ashabel. Okay. Oh, Tashby, we have some unpleasant news for you. Welcome, Syra. I'm Tashby Ashabel, and this is Margan. You here on pilgrimage. Most visitors here come to see the Holy Temple Shrine. How about you? Let's see if we can get you into a place where you're happy with us, and thus suggest you go to the mainland or something. Okay. So, about necromancy. Necromancy? I am not a necromancer. Who said I was a necromancer? That would be Ranis, then. Oh, I see. I refuse to join the Mage's Guild. I chose to practice healing among my people away from the politics of the guild. Since I was a Velothi and not well-born like Ranis, well, it's not important now. Maybe I know a way out of this situation. I was hoping you'd say that. Tell me more. If Ranis has held a grudge this long, it would be best for me to leave for the mainland. There are plenty of towns that could use a healer. Tell Ranis Atheris that I am dead. I will leave Vardenfell, and Ranis need never know. I'm really sorry to just completely upend your life and force you to go into hiding because Ranis is a hell bitch, but yeah. Godspeed you. Very well, I'll leave for the mainland once I get a few things together. Report back to Ranis Atheris that I am dead. I will do so, and with a lighter heart than if I'd just stabbed you. And I assume this means that now her house will be empty, and if we need an outpost in Margan, we can come back and squat in it. Since we're here, I don't remember there being a huge amount in Margan of much interest. There's a temple up here, which is why people come here to go on pilgrimage. I think that's about it. We're sort of... Oh, we're further north than I thought. I thought it was down here. I'm glad I didn't just head out randomly and go looking. I will be back here, for sure. I'm not a vagrant. I'm an itinerant adventurer. There's a huge difference. Let's pop into Cool while we're here, which is on the north coast. And as I remember is vaguely nord. What are you croaking? You don't. I suppose you got red eyes. Seldus Narendus. Well, you sound like an Ashlander, Seldus. You probably shouldn't. Cool is a tiny little village with a bit of Nord inflection, as I remember. Hello? Wild Durzog, huh? Again, we're back here. Yes, you can see that the buildings look a little rough and ready. Where do you go to? You go to Nisus? Maybe Nisus? I've always called it Nisus. There's something we have to do up here. I think it might be join the Imperial Legion. But again, no hurry. What do you got? Let's go back to Eldrune. Balmora. How's the map looking? Yeah, filled out the left side. From Vivek, we can probably start heading in this direction and start bouncing around some of the striders out here. But let's give Ranis the good news, shall we? Excuse me. I will try to make sure that's not over loud. I try to squish the super loud bits out of these recordings, but I do that as a whole piece. No more than they ever did. Did you kill the necromancer? Yes. She is truly dead. You have done me, the guild, that is, a great service. These scrolls should help you deal with any other necromancers you find. Fourth barrier's not bad. Advancement is white. Does that mean I can be advanced? No. I need both duties and requirements. Okay, do you have more duties? I believe the Mage's Guild has been infiltrated by a Telvanni spy. That doesn't seem unlikely. Go to the guild halls in Aldrun, Vivek, and Sadrith Mora. I'm sure there's a spy. When you find the spy, do not take any action. Report back to me. Okay. Sure, why not? I'm certain I'll get right on that. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff I could talk to you about, but you're just going to say that's all been dealt with, thank you. As an apprentice of the Mage's Guild, you're entitled to the first reward. Choose wisely and study the tome thoroughly. Thoroughly? Thoroughly. Practice spells. 1 second spells to practice destruction, illusion, mysticism, and alteration. Create with magic. Power, fortify, intelligence, alchemy, and enchant. I'll have the book on alchemy and enchanting. Craft with magic has been added to your inventory. Excellent. Follow the advice of this book and you will find more success, brewing or enchanting. More faction rank comments. As a journeyman of the Mage's Guild, you might be of use to me, asking about duties. Well, I have been. Bye. I suppose I should have asked you about this every time. I'm not used to that. As an evoker of the Mage's Guild, you qualify to perform duties for Skinkin Tree's Shade in Wolverine Hall. While you are there, talk to Procyon Nigellus. He will accept to train you in alteration, destruction, and mysticism. Thank you. Appreciate it. I guess that's it. Destruction, alteration, illusion, and mysticism. Yes, I know about that. What's Sud? It is a coven on the far west coast of Sheogorad, due west of Dagon Fell. There is an inlet west of Dagon Fell before you reach the real coast. Do not be fooled by this. I'll try not to be. How random. Still, good to know. I'll use nothing then. Thank you. Hello, friend. I'm Dana Omethran. Welcome to Balmora. If you have a question, I'll be happy to answer it, or try anyway. If it's just a little advice you'd like, that's fine too. I mean, we're assuming the spy isn't in here somewhere. Background. I am Dana Omethran, alchemist and magician of the Mage's Guild. Telvanni spy. I don't know of any spies in the Mage's Guild. Not quite. How about you, Ajira? Try my best. You're a lot more fun than... I see, I think it looks like most of the quest things have just been randomly reset. You're a lot more fun than the Wood Elf. Ranis is right about this one. Telvanni spies are everywhere. That sounds demented. Thank you. I knew I liked you. And well met, friend. You don't have anything new to say. Have you heard about soul sickness? It's strange, isn't it? Lots of people I know are having bad dreams, seeing strange visions, acting funny. The Tribunal Temple just goes on and on about sin and wickedness, but they're just religious fanatics. It is odd, though. I wonder if it has anything to do with all the blight storms this year. I wonder. I wonder indeed. Faradrel Ildran. Who are you, Faradrel? I'm Faradrel Ildran, healer and apprentice at the Mages Guild. Oh, well, welcome. You don't know anything about the spy. Nope. Drolena Nolnos. It's always pleasant to have people just being actually vaguely happy to see you. Can I scroll, please? Thank you. Nothing new. All I did was stare at you for a bit. Are you deaf? You know I have. I've outpaced both of you by several ranks. Stop being silly. I don't have any enchanting yet. Don't really need any of your stuff. So that's everyone here, except for the teleporter lady. They were about to go and get teleported by. Why indeed. You have nothing new to say about the spy. So, travel to Aldrune. Hi, Erinil. I mean, just going around and asking everyone, have you seen any spies, doesn't seem like the world's best way of finding spies. I suppose you never know. You have fancier quarters than Balmora. I almost said Betnovate. That's a topical skin cream that's good for psoriasis. I'm so sorry. Nothing good, I hope. You're an alchemist, huh? What do you sell? Glowing chanterelle. Scuttle. Scuttle can be useful. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, some fairly normal stuff. Nothing about the spy. Freeze his brothers. Welcome to Aldrun, Syra. I'm Freeze his brothers, apothecary. Are you new here? I don't believe we've met. I like your name. You don't appear to have any comments about the twin lanterns, though. It's a matter of life and death itself. Well, you have the duties, do you? Okay, I'll come back to you on that. Telvanni spies. The Mages Guild is very strict with its admissions rules. We would never accept a Telvanni spy. See, the thing about spies is they tend not to be open about it. You know, when they come in and sign up, they don't just go, oh, hey, I'm a Telvanni spy, can I come in? They tend to It doesn't look red, so maybe it's okay. They don't just kind of flat out say it. You have to weed them out. It's not really about accepting them as such, you know? What do I know? And a probe. And a sword. Just a storeroom. I don't need to steal from the guild. Right. Sarisen Evorethi. Welcome to Outrun, Syra. I am Sarisen Evorethi, Mage. Are you new here? I don't believe we've met. What is your background, my friend? Mage and associate of the Mages Guild. Okay. What can you tell about vampires? Imperial culture regards blood vampires as destructive monsters to be hunted and destroyed. However, romantic notions of noble, virtuous vampires persist in Imperial tradition, and vampires are thought to pass unrecognized in the Mages Guild and the Imperial aristocracy. I see. And you'd know this, would you? Background is still white. Okay, I'll bite. I can throw a bit of gold around. Might be some other trigger to that. A Nararen. Is that how you pronounce your name? You're an alchemist by the look of your topics. You don't know anything about stuff. Yeah, you got some potions. I'm basically okay for potions right at the moment. I'm just clicking the wrong button. Goodbye. Movis Darius. Greetings. How goes it? What is your trade, Movis? I am a student here at the school. I want to learn to read. Okay. That's a little random. Are you the spy? No, I am not a Telvanni spy. Unless you have proof, you should not make such accusations. Well, I'm not sure it's a school here so much as a guild. Okay, so you're the loony. These things tend not to be subtle. Maybe we can start asking people about you now. Hello, Hian. Welcome, layman Syra. Can I tell you about our services? Or if you can donate more time and effort, would you like to become a lay servant? Sure. It is not possible to become a priest or consecrated cleric without joining cult orders. You would be forced to devote yourself full-time to the Imperial cult, which doesn't suit adventurous people like yourself, but we do need lay servants, earnest laymen dedicated to serving the Nine, for certain unglamorous but spiritually rewarding tasks. At present, we need almoners to serve Zenithar, lay healers to serve Mara, and shrine sergeants to serve Stendar. I'm guessing shrine sergeant is where my talents would lie. A shrine sergeant helps keep order at the shrines, carries messages and packages, and sometimes escorts priests and lay servants on dangerous missions. This occasional service is ideal for bold, free-spirited adventurers like you. If you're interested, speak to Kay at the Imperial Chapels in Ebonheart. Okay, I will do. Thank you. You know nothing about anything. Maybe this is counted as a school? Oh, do you? Okay, can I have a quick read of this? Thank you. What do you have to say about Morrowind then, Viola? Morrowind, homeland of the Dunmer people, is the northernmost province of the Tamrielic Empire. Most of the population is gathered in the high uplands and fertile river valleys of central Morrowind, especially around the inland sea. The island Vardenfell is encircled by the inner sea and is dominated by the titanic volcano Red Mountain and its associated ash wastelands. Most of the island's population is confined to the relatively hospitable west and southwest coast. Yeah, I'm kind of aware of that, but maybe no one said anything specific. Tell me about vampirism. I've heard some say that vampirism is a disease, but no temple or cult has ever been able to cure it, and I've never heard of a mage's spell that could cure it. But I admit I've never encountered a vampire and never thought about how to treat one. I think I'd be more worried about getting away from one than curing it. I don't know how it is in the rest of the Empire, but here we know vampires are terribly dangerous and evil, and we'd destroy them on sight if we could. Well, that's a little judgmental. But thank you. So maybe this is the person who's going to teach you how to read? Hello, Tremona. I'm Tremona Marin, commoner. Are you new here? I don't believe we've met. I'm Tremona Marin. My clan and hearth is here in Aldrun. What do you have to say about vampires? Everyone's very chatty about vampires around here. The Dunmer hate necromancy and the undead, and hate blood vampires in particular. Blood vampires are powerful undead creatures that feed on humanoid blood. The vampire curse is contracted from disease-contaminated blood. Victims of vampire attacks sometimes become vampires. There is no known cure for vampirism but the destruction of the vampire. Ash vampires are not blood vampires. Though both are powerful, immortal undead, ash vampires do not feed on blood and have no connection with blood vampires. And that is a useful point, because we will be coming into contact with ash vampires. They're servants of our enemy god, whose name naturally has fled my mind in the process of trying to speak it. I'm sure it'll come to me in a moment and I'll just blurt it out. Dagoth, there we go. Brains, they're a wonderful thing. Then you get old and they turn to jelly. Where were you, dragon broke? Where were you when the dragon broke? I don't know. Where was I when the dragon broke? Corax, Cyrodiil, Elder Council. No one understands what happened when the selectives danced on that tower. It would be easy to dismiss the whole matter as nonsense, were it not for the Amulet of Kings. Even the Elder Scrolls do not mention it. Let me correct myself. The Elder Scrolls cannot mention it. When the Moth Priests attune the scrolls to the timeless time, their glyphs always disappear. The Amulet of Kings, however, with its oversoul of emperors, can speak of it at length. According to Hester, Cyrodiil became an empire across the stars. According to Shorel, Cyrodiil became an egg. Most say something in a language they can only speak sideways. The Council has collected texts and accounts from all of its provinces, and they only offer stories that never coincide save on one point. All the folk of Tamriel during the Middle Dawn, in whatever when they were caught in, tracked the fall of the 8 stars, and that is how they counted their days. Meranabisi, Dunmer, triune mistress of the new temple. Accounts of the Middle Dawn are the province of the Empire of Men, and proof of the deceit that called themselves the Aedra. 8 stars fell on Tamriel, one for each iniquity that Lorcan made clear to the world. Veloth read these signs, and he told Boethia, who confirmed them, and he told Mephala, who made warrants against them, and he told Azura, who sent Almsivi to steer the true folk clear of harm. Even the 4 corners of the House of Troubles rose to protect the periphery of your madness. We watched our borders and saw them shift like snakes, and saw you run around in it like the spirits of old, devoid of math, without your if-thens, succumbing to the ever-now like slaves of the slim folly, stasis. Do not ask us where we were when the dragon broke, for of all the world only we truly know, and we might just show you how to break it again. Relate Hrar, Khajiit, tender to the main.
What do you mean, where were the Khajiit when the dragon broke? Relate tells you where, recording it. 1008 years you've heard it. You think the Siren Nordics came up with that all on their own? You humans are better thieves than even Rajin. While you were fighting wars with phantoms and giving birth to your own fathers, it was the main that watched the Jark Hajay, because the moons were the only constant and you didn't have the sugar to see it. We'll give you credit. You broke Alkosh something fierce, and that's not easy. Just don't think you solved what you accomplished by it, or can ever solve it. You did it again with Big Walker. Not once, but twice. Once at Rimmen, which we'll never learn to live with. The second time it was in Daggerfall. Or was it Sentinel? Or was it Wayrest? Or was it in all three places at once? Get me, Cyrodiil? When will you wake up and realize what really happened to the dwarves?
Manimarco, God of Worms, the necromancer. The three thieves of Morrowind could tell you where they were. So could the High King of Alinor, who was the one who broke it in the first place. There are others on this earth that could, too. Ysmir, Pelinal, Arnand the Fox, or should I say Arctus? The last dwarf would talk if they would let him. As for myself, I was here and there and here again, like the rest of the mortals during the Dragon's Break. How do you think I learned my mystery? The Marukati selectives showed us all the glories of the dawn so that we might learn simply, as above, so below. Bold words from a moon. That's expensive. Is that a... It is. Skill book. Thank you, Tana. You don't have anything to say about Little Valley Spy, though. Let's start looking in things which aren't red. See if we can find, like, a bit of paper or something. A little balled-up note to... yes, would you mind moving slightly? Probably move out of the way, don't I? I can't really get past you while you're just standing right there. So I'll come back in a moment. I think by his copy of his comment about proof that we're looking for some piece of needle in a haystack paper or some stuff like that, some note or other stuff that has been carelessly left around. I mean, I could just frenzy you and then go back and say it's done. You're out of the way? You're out of the way. Good. Nope, don't mind me. Just going through your stuff. But it's not going to be in something that would get you kicked out of the Thieves Guild for finding. Thieves Guild. Mage's Guild. At least I think it's very unlikely. That's probably the potions for the place. By which I mean, because I'm being vague, that the chest that has the stuff you're allowed to take. No, it's just some money. Well, fine. Not much use. I mean, you know, obviously it's of use, but not to the point where we need to steal it. from our own guild. It winner's chest. That's specific. Oh, that's right. We have to come and steal a book from her later. This is a Mage's guild. There should be crumpled balls of paper all over the place, you'd have thought. It's just junk, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm being very good suppressing my kleptomaniac tendencies. Is that a coin? Yeah. Just went in there. Just went in there. So, okay. I'm not spotting anything immediately. And no one appears to have anything to say about the guy himself. Maybe our dwarf-obsessed boss might do? No. Go. No, you're the other one, aren't you? Nothing. What do you got to say about the left things? You can get there by going around the mountains near Saran and heading northeast along the Foyada Nadanat, or you can start in Molagmar and head northwest towards Mount Cand. Go north around Mount Cand and along the north side of the Foyada. Good to know. So maybe I have to go talk to people in other mages guilds to get some evidence or something that triggers the creation of an item here. Don't think there's any other hollow down off this main floor that I've not noticed. Doesn't have anything on him anyway. So, okay. You are probably the suspect, but I don't have anything on you yet. Aldrun, Vivek, and Sadrith Mora. Okay. I'm Omonir the High Elf, Guild Guide. I provide instantaneous transport to the other major Mages Guild halls in Morrowind. What is your destination? Do you know anything about a Telvanni spy? Talk to Trebonius. I'm Flacasia Fauselius, the Imperial Guild Guide. I provide instantaneous transport between the various Mages Guilds halls on Vardenfell. Oh. What do you have to say? You also say talk to Trebonius. So... Okay. Looks like you can take us to the mainland. Good to know. Where is Trebonius? Trebonius is the Archmage, the head of the entire order. He's a howling loony. I don't remember what he looks like. Is everyone just going to tell me to talk to Trebonius? Yes. Why is everyone telling me to talk to Trebonius? It's a long way. The other guides. This is a dorm. Trebonius, old chap. Tell me about Telvanni spies. Why, no, Sira. There are no Telvanni spies here, and I would know if there were. I'm an archmage, after all. Tiram Gadar, my Dunmer advisor, keeps an eye out for spies and that sort of thing. Tiram Gadar. He's been of immense assistance, Sira. He helps me see the Dunmer side of every decision I make, and he came with the highest credentials. And what are those? I'm sure I have them around here. Ah, yes. Here you go, Sira. A letter from Okato himself. Okay. Can I still talk about Telvanni spies? Why, no, Sarah. There are no Telvanni spies here, and I would know if there were. Can I back out of this? I can't, can I? It would be amusing to have Ranis started off, but apparently I know the truth. Mystically, Tiram Gadar is a Telvanni spy. What? Frankly, I don't believe you. Tiram Gadar is my most trusted advisor, and I've given you his impeccable credentials. Ranis Atheris might believe such baseless accusations, but I am far more sophisticated. Okay. Tiram, this is the sacred city of Vivek. Count your blessings. Can I help you find someone in particular, or are you just looking around? Are you a Telvanni spy? Telvanni spy? Not that I know of. I am a special advisor to Archmage Trebonius on Dunmer issues. You can check my credentials with Trebonius himself. We get along rather well. He's always willing to listen to my advice. Yeah, he's a famous lunatic. Credentials. Yes, those are my credentials. What about them? They look suspicious, apparently. If you don't stop making baseless accusations, I'll be forced to make a complaint to Trebonius. Well, okay. Let's actually have a look at these credentials before things get even more silly, shall we? To the esteemed Archmage Trebonius, the man delivering this letter is one Tiram Gadar. Through a Dunmer, he was raised in the Imperial Province. I recommend him as an advisor on the politics of the Dunmer in Vardenfell. Sincerely, Akato, Imperial Battle Mage. And not Akato at all. That is a ridiculous forgery. Okay, I guess we go back to Ranis at this point. Balmora, please. My chatty little NPC friends. Ranis. I have. Yes, this is exactly the kind of proof I was looking for. Excellent work, Syra. It's a shame the guild is run by a scuttlehead with no sense or ambition like Trebonius. These credentials are the worst forgery I've seen in years. Even Akato's name is misspelled. Please take these scrolls and this dagger for helping the guild. Summon Golden Saint and Soul Drinker. Well, there's a hint. Golden Saints provide the best souls that you can use for enchanting in the game. Although there might be some other ones up at the same level in this modded setup, I'm not sure. And you can absolutely use the souls of saints you've summoned yourself. And I assume Soul Drinker has a soul capturing doodad on you. On it. Any more duties, Ranis? You have completed all the duties I have. Have you spoken with Edwina in Aldrun or Skink in Sadrith Mora? Not yet. I think we'll probably move up to Aldrun next. So we will go and start pestering Edwina. Let's check that dagger. Yeah, soul trap for 30 seconds. That's grand. And so you hit with that, and then switch to your proper weapon and make sure you have a nice empty Grand Soul Gem ready, or Azura's Star, if you've gotten that far. And then you have yourself an extremely helpful soul thing for a maximum enchant on some piece of equipment. With that done, I'm loath to end the game just staring at bloody Ranis again. So let's go to Aldrun and plonk ourselves in front of Edwina and call it a session, I think. My hand is grateful I didn't have to do too much flailing around. You have a lot of dwarven stuff, don't you? I have a random dwarven book I don't need or want, but I might have stuck it away in the cabin somewhere. Anyway, this'll do. I hope the audio has been okay this time. Fingers crossed. I'll make sure to listen to a couple of spots every time I do anything and try and make sure that nothing bad is happening to any of it. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed the session and that your week goes pleasantly and that life is generous to you and yours. I'm trying pretty hard to just keep my brain in goofy spaces because goofy is generally nice. And I don't want to belabor the point here. So anyway, I'll just say that I hope things are good for you. And also, hopefully by next week, my hand will be a bit less gribbly. And we can press on with doing stuff. I'm not, strictly speaking, planning to just run through the Mages Guild storyline. But Aldrin's an interesting city, and we'll poke around and talk to some people and see what there is to do, and do at least some of Edwina's stuff at the same time. So, thanks for watching. Leave a like or a comment or a subscribe or don't or something, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.